The Pentagon is revealing new information tonight about the spy balloon now believed to be part of an extensive Chinese surveillance operation. CNN senior national security correspondent Alex Marquardt is on the story for us. Alex, what can you tell us?
Wolf, extensive, years long, far broader than we initially knew. It's global. It goes much broader than the 5 balloons that we know that transited the United States over the past few years. The administration today is saying that there are examples, instances of these Chinese balloons across 5 continents. We're told by sources that there have been at least 24 examples in different countries. Now, the Pentagon today is saying forcefully that this is 100% a Chinese spy balloon. We are being told by sources that this program is run by the Chinese Army or the People's Liberation Army, in part out of Hainan province, which is in the southern part of China. The Pentagon, Wolf, today pushing back forcefully, saying that last week's balloon crossing of the U.S. was not an intelligence failure. They say they were actually able to collect a lot of intelligence to try to understand what China's capabilities are, what the equipment was on board. And of course, they hope to learn a lot more by gathering all those different pieces of that balloon and its payload that are now scattered across the seabed off of South Carolina. Those pieces now being sent to the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia. Wolf.
Alex Marquardt, thank you very, very much. And joining me now to discuss the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, Congressman Jim Himes of Connecticut. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. I understand you were actually briefed on all this today. Do you have a clear sense yet of the scope of this Chinese surveillance threat?
Well, yeah, as the chairman indicated in our open hearing today, we had just gotten out of a truncated Gang of 8 briefing, which we usually don't say anything about. But in this instance, we were able to learn a lot more about the broader effort the Chinese have made around this sort of rather unusual concept of surveilling by balloon.
And did you learn specific details of the nature of the surveillance, what they were looking for?
Yeah, we did. I did learn quite a bit more about what we were able to observe, what we think this balloon was capable of. A lot of that I can't talk about. One thing I learned, which is not at all classified, though, which I hadn't really thought much about prior to the briefing this morning, is people were obviously very concerned about the fact that the balloon was allowed to operate over U.S. airspace. And I was reminded in the briefing that the concept of an adversary's aerial surveillance over the United States is hardly new. Since the 2002 implementation of the Open Skies Treaty, which is a treaty that allows the Russians to overfly our country and actually deliberately look at our military installations, we've gotten pretty good at knowing how we keep the most sensitive stuff from adversarial prying eyes. I had sort of forgotten about that treaty, but it gave me a lot more confidence that, particularly given that we were warned that this was coming in, that our most important secrets were in all likelihood not violated by this balloon.
Did you say, Congressman, that the so-called full Gang of 8 got an intelligence briefing today on this subject?
Well, as it happened, it was just House side, and it was the chairman and myself, again, as he mentioned in our open hearing that followed that. So, yes, we did get a private briefing.
The Pentagon confirms this balloon, this Chinese balloon, is part of an extensive Chinese surveillance program. What information can the Chinese gather, let me press you on this, with balloons that they can't necessarily gather from satellites that are constantly flying over the United States?
Yeah, well, there's a lot, any engineer would tell you that there are limitations to what you can observe or pick up, both from a much higher altitude where all the satellites are, and also satellites, unless they're in geosynchronous orbit, that is to say hovering over one spot on the planet, they are moving really fast. And as a consequence, again, it's sort of basic geometry, basic engineering. One of the things a balloon at 50 or 60,000 feet can allow you to do is to dwell significantly over one spot on the face of the Earth. And again, because you're closer, you might see things and pick up things that you might not be able to pick up from, say, 700, 800, 900 miles above the surface of the Earth.
Yeah, important. President Biden called out the Chinese President Xi Jinping by name last night in the State of the Union address. What will it take, Congressman, to reduce tensions after such a high-profile clash?
Well, we need to remember what this really represents. You know, there is a temptation to think that this was an immensely aggressive act against the United States. I see it slightly differently. This was an act both of brazenness, a failure of command and control, because, you know, you really have to scratch your head and say, wait a minute, was this deliberately done by the Chinese, you know, authorized at the highest levels, or was it a mistake of more junior officers, that sort of thing? In any event, it was fabulously incompetent. So as there was an interesting line from General Petraeus in our open hearing today, which was that this incident really illustrated a somewhat dangerous combination of capability, but also combined with incompetence. And that's something you've got to be pretty careful about.
Congressman Jim Himes, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Rob.